Welcome back to Irish Strength Training. Thanks very much for joining me. Okay, so I did promise to go through my performance on the competition day. It's been a couple of weeks, I didn't get to it, but today I finally am. Before I do, I am really happy with the performance on today, especially as the first strongman competition. However, I'm going to sound very, very critical of myself. Don't worry, I am pleased with the performance, but I am just quite critical, but it is constructive criticism, so don't think I'm being too hard on my performance. So just an overall, on the day, competition was really well run. I didn't zero any events, which means basically I was able to complete some parts of all of the events at least, which again was one of my main targets. The one thing that you don't really want to do at any of these competitions, and nobody wants to do, is to zero an event. So equipment wise, had everything that I needed. That's one of the important things that anybody going for a competition needs to keep in mind. So I'm going to throw up my video on my equipment preparation, so have a look at that if you are going to a competition anytime soon. Again, nutrition on the day was on point, I was happy with that. Again, I'll throw that video up just in case you have a competition, you're wondering what you need to bring to eat on the day. It's a really good video to keep the energy levels up throughout. So we're starting off with the deadlift.
Sniffing some ammonia, which just kind of clears the head, wakes you up.
Come on, Mark.
Both athletes strapped in.
Go.
Alright, good solid.
Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. Lift.
Come on!
Down.
Come
Down.
Come on, Mark.
30 seconds gone.
Up. Down.
You're working hard for these reps. Come on.
Come on, Mark.
20 seconds left. Come on, man. Come on. It goes, it goes. Nice, working hard there. Just get to the front.
Fairly happy with this. I did pretty much exactly what I'd done in training. I did 8 on the day. Pal Dwyer did take one off me because I went a little bit fast on that second rep. So bringing down the first rep, I did tap a little bit and come straight back up, and that wasn't allowed. They did say it in the rules in the athletes meeting at the start, so 100% my fault, and he was right to take that rep off me. But overall, fairly happy. I did what I did in training. I would have hoped to get into double figures, it just wasn't there on the day. Now there was some really tough competitors there on the day. One of the lads got 17 reps on the deadlift, really impressive work. I wasn't up to that level, but I wasn't too bad on the deadlift, so I was happy. So next up we went to the press medley.
Get us a down signal. The log is 10 kilos heavier. Use a good efficient clean to save energy for the press. Clean is good. Not today. You gonna have another go? Come on, big effort. Well done.
Now, pressing, as I've said all along, is one of my weaker areas. As you'll see in the video, I was confident on the axle press. I'd done it before. Went up fairly happy with that. There wasn't too much of a struggle. Didn't use the legs as much as I could have. It was a little bit more of a press with the triceps pushing it out rather than the leg drive, which I will improve on. Went to the log, just wasn't happening. The log press is a really, really tough move, 100 kg. I just couldn't get there. But hopefully in the next competition I'll be there. So next up was the squats.
2 more in front of me, I think.
Ready? Let's go. Good rep. Good rep. Good rep. Good rep. Good rep. Good rep.
30 seconds. Come on! 10 reps.
Again, I've done 17 reps with the squats in training. I was hoping to get somewhere between 17 and 20. That would have been my target. I ended up on 14. Now, on the day there was a little bit of confusion where Loz was the referee. He gave me 14 good reps. I thought I'd actually got 13, but looking back at the video I did get 14. The counter on the day actually gave me 11, which I only realised now that I've watched the video. So I did get 14 now. There was a lot of confusion on the day. It's a tough job. To the overall finish, like, it wouldn't have got me into the top 5 or anything like that. So I'm not that disappointed. I'm not that annoyed about it or anything like that. Saying that, I got 14. Wasn't particularly too happy with that. This would have been up there with my strongest, one of my strongest events. But I just didn't get the setup 100%, and it showed throughout the squats. I was leaning a little bit over onto my right side. I just wasn't balanced properly. So that's definitely a tip for anybody out there. I rushed through this a little bit. Slow things down, take your time, get set 100%. Whereas I just rushed in, adrenaline was going, took the bar straight out and straight into the squats. I hadn't set myself properly. So a little lesson is take your time, and I've learned it for the next competition. Finally, we're on to the carrying medley. So this involved a 240 kg yoke, 100 kg farmer's walk, so 100 kg on each hand, and then finally the 100 kg sandbag.
Good day.
Come on, Mark!
That's it, Mark.
Mark, speed, come on. Go!
That's it, Mark.
Come on, Mark!
Yeah, come on. Keep it going.
Fly it! All the way.
All the way across.
Come on, Mark.
Come on!
Go.
Come on, speed.
Come on, Mark.
That's it, Mark. Come on.
Come on!
Don't give up. Come on.
Come on!
Nearly there. Come on.
Yeah.
This was definitely my strongest event, up there with the squats, but I think this was my stronger one. I was really happy with the performance. The transition between the implements was really good. my cardio and my endurance definitely came through here. That's where my strength lies. And the grip on the sandbag really, really helped me. Most people, if you look back at the video of this event, most people struggled with that sandbag. Whereas I put a lot of effort into training the sandbag, so the grip was an awful lot better and it allowed me to pick up an awful lot of speed, and it picked up an awful lot of time on those other competitors for this. The one thing with the competition was we didn't really get results for each one of the events. They were all sort of kept by the organisers, and then they tallied up all the scores. So I don't know exactly where I came in this event. I would imagine, judging by the speed, that I was top 5. I'm pretty confident of that. I did get to have a quick look at some of the scores. Adding it all up myself, I'm pretty confident that I came on about the 14. That sort of mark. So 14th, there was 23 competitors on the day. So fairly happy with that result for the first competition. Before it, I sort of said mid-table would have been a good result, so I'm not too far off that. Now in the end, it was only the top 10 places that were announced, and those top 10 guys went through to the throw bag event, which was a 20 kg over a 4 meter height. I didn't get to do that. I wasn't in the top 10. The carrying medley and the squats weren't enough to drag me back up the table. But again, it was the first competition, so I'm keeping that in mind and I'm not too disappointed over it. So thanks for joining me. I said I'd throw this out because I know a lot of you have been wondering, you've been following on the journey to that strongman competition, so you're wondering how I actually got on and would like to see my individual performances on the events. So here they are. Thanks very much for joining me. Please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.